Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I got another GM recall update on the L87 engine. So we're going to talk about a couple of quick things really quick, some newer information, and then we're going to talk about what I really want to talk about in this video. So as of right now, this is currently, I think we are, what is today? It is the 10th right now. So I'm filming this today. It's going to be releasing today, Saturday the 10th. And what is current as of right now from what it looks like, and this is not concrete yet, but it looks like Chevy has actually got a time frame on engines that were affected, meaning they have a timetable of like from this year, this month, this day to this date, we have the affected engines or engines that might experience issues. So that's something that I'm hearing as of right now. Another thing that I've done a little research on is that there's apparently 3 versions of this notice that are floating around. There's like 001, 002, and 003, I believe. And they pertain to different aspects. I think 01, the first one, I believe was for, the stock that is unsold inside the dealerships. 02 had to do something with an inspection possibly, and possibly the oil change. And 03 may just be a total engine replacement type thing. But again, this is speculation. GM has not, really released any definitive information as of right now. And that's kind of where we're gonna head into this video. So you can pretty much go online right now and type in L87 on YouTube or on the internet. You're gonna get bombarded with millions of videos. Everyone is jumping on this. And to be honest with you, I'm one of them too. So I can't sit here and be like, oh, everyone's, this and that. But anyway, it's a hot topic. This is big automotive news. Something this big hasn't happened in a while. And the fact that it's GM, I mean, come on, everyone's gonna jump on this thing. So either way, I got a user comment in my last video that said, hey, this is misinformation that you guys are spreading, this and that. Everyone's got it wrong. Aside from a few channels or something like that. And the key takeaway from this was, after reading that comment and doing everything, there is one common thing that a lot of these updates are missing. The fact that most people are doing what I did, and I'm kind of guilty of this. We're reading the NHTSA guidelines of the recall notice, I believe is what they call it. That's on GM letterhead, where they're talking about, all the information and what they're thinking about doing and this and that. But I guess no one really thought of to say that as of right now, it's just things that they're talking about, and that there's things that they're doing for their internal stuff versus their external stuff. You got to remember that unsold units that have, let's say, a potential issue are going to have to go through a different, iteration of it than an owner one. And, it just makes a big difference. So to just clear everything up, right now, most of every channel out there that is reporting on this, they're doing what I did earlier, where they're reading off of the bulletin the NHTSA has provided. And that, as of right now, is, they call it a recall notice, but it's not an active recall, because I did a little bit of research online. I'm trying to find an actual active recall, and nothing has been issued yet. As far as I know, I'm hearing something like June. They're supposed to start mailing out the recall notices to whoever is affected, depending on what they do. So right now, the biggest thing I think GM is doing is just figuring out what to do with these vehicles and which ones are really affected. And it seems like the past couple of days they're making a stride towards that, because they're getting down to when they were produced, what times, what days, what months, what years. They kind of got the timeline going, and I guess now it's just a wait game to see how they plan on playing this thing out. That's pretty much it as of right now. But I do want to say that I also did a little research where I called a couple local dealers. Now, I know a couple people at a pretty big Chevy dealer here in Illinois, and I buy parts from them all the time, and I know them, few of the staff. Called them up, and I'm like, hey, what's going on with this thing? The service manager was like, oh, man, I don't even want to talk about this anymore. Like, we keep getting bombarded by this. So apparently they're getting their ears chewed off by, the general consumers or owners of these vehicles, which I completely understand. If you own one of these vehicles, you're probably furious, and you have that right. Trust me, no one's gonna say you shouldn't be, because I would be too. This is major issues, to say the least, on top of other things that they have. But it's not the dealership's fault, guys. The dealership is only there being, I guess you can say, nannied by GM corporate. So at the end of the day, as of right now, some dealerships are giving wrong information as well. But the reality of it is, and I got it straight from, a higher up at the dealership. I was actually able to talk to a warranty administrator that deals with all the GM warranty, recall, stuff like that, that works at this dealership. And as of right now, there's nothing. They're just waiting. They're trying to figure out, or I should say, let me backphrase here. GM is just figuring out what they're gonna do and how they want to approach this. That's basically it. So everything that we've been seeing about, people getting an inspection, getting an oil change, this and that, some of that stuff may or may not be relevant. You never know. They might switch it up. I've even heard there was a few things online where people are saying that they are not even doing the oil change anymore or anything like that, or switching the cap or something like that. There's so much information out there. So as of right now, if you own one of these cars, to save you guys time and probably money, because time is money, I probably wouldn't call your GM dealer and yell at them, because there's nothing they can do at this point. You're just gonna have to wait till Chevy finally announces it officially on a recall, and as of right now, that hasn't happened yet for everyone that is curious about that. But I'm pretty sure that it's gonna happen in the next month or two. You're just gonna have to wait another month and a half, or whatever the case is, which sucks. Trust me, I agree, but it is what it is. But right now, GM dealerships are just being pretty much pummeled for no reason, and they have nothing to do with it. All they can do is go based off of what corporate says. So, do them a favor. Let's ease off the phones and just wait it out. I know it's easy coming from me because I'm not stuck with one of these vehicles, but at the end of the day, just sometimes you gotta wait. And to be honest with you, even if they do wind up saying something like, we're gonna wind up doing this, you're gonna have to wait more, because guess what? These engines are just not all out there in the field waiting, ready to be installed in a vehicle. Even if GM decides that, hey, we're gonna replace all of these, again, big if, but even if GM were to do that, it's still gonna be months, if not years of waiting. We're talking about quite a few engines, quite a few vehicles. It's not gonna be a snap of your finger done type situation, as much as everyone wants it to be. So as of right now, just to clear the air, there are no active recalls that GM has issued. So we're all just gonna have to wait. Now I'm sure there's gonna be more and more updates coming out and more things. And there's a little bit of confusion going on out there. Even I think GM corporate is confusing their clients with this, because I read a few reports from people, I guess they have like a My GM app or My Chevy app or whatever it is. I think it's My GM. And they're getting like service requests on there where it says like, your vehicle might have a safety concern, which I think is regarding this L87 engine, and they wind up calling their dealership because the app says, oh, you have a safety concern thing here. You may want to contact or take it to your dealer. And that's what's prompting all these people to call the dealer or go to the dealer and bombard them with this, even though the dealer can't do anything as of yet because they're waiting on GM. So I don't know how true that is, because I don't have a GM app or any vehicles that would go on an app like that where you can get like service information and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, if that is the case, and I can't really say it is or it isn't, online I did a little bit of searching, and there were so many vehicle owners that own Chevys that said, hey, I got this notification on my app telling me to go to the dealer or call them, and it's regarding the L87 engine issues. So apparently it's coming up on there from what I read. So that is true, GM. You may want to stop doing that, because you're just screwing your dealerships over at this point. Because I'm telling you, when I spoke to the dealership, these guys are pissed. Like the mere like L87 even coming out of my mouth and entering their ear was just, all right, we don't even want to deal with this. Like, just stop talking about it. We don't want to hear anything. Like they've had it rough, so let's take it easy on them. But either way, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. I want to keep this video quick and short, even though it's about 10 minutes now. But either way, guys, like always, comment, like, and subscribe, because it definitely helps the channel grow. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and I'll catch you on the next video.